Uh, Welcome, guys. This chapter is based on Upthrust and Archimedes principle and density. Let's get straight into it. We've got a couple of questions here to tackle. There's much theoretical questions here as there are calculations. Right. Let's get straight into it. The density of a solid is defined as the mass per unit volume. One is option E. Two. A solid suspended by a piece of string is completely immersed in water. On attempting to lift the solid out of the water, the spring breaks. When the solid is partly out of the water, this is actually because the solid apparently weighs less and when completely immersed in water than when partially immersed in water. Number 2 is option C. Number 3, calculation. 4. Number 5, the accurate measurement of the relative density of a substance in a powdered or granular form can be done using a beam balance of using a beam balance and a number 6, using a beam balance, and you also make use of a density bottle. It's supposed to be complete. The right density is supposed to be density bottle. Please, I was asked what's the powder and a granule. When something is as fine, you call it smooth, but they call it fine. It's as fine as like a powdered milk. That one they call them like peak milk on the rest. That one they call them. This is a free advert. That one they call them powder. Then granule is when you mix like a powdered milk with a little bit of sand, and you touch the both of all the mixture of it. It's like granule, not entirely smooth, but you understand. Number 11. Why does a piece of cork float on water? Why does it float on water? You need to understand the principle of flotation here to be able to answer this question. So question 7, we're asked why does a piece of cork float on water? They say there is no upthrust on it when it's completely immersed in water. The upthrust on it when completely immersed in water is greater than its weight in air. Its weight in air. The upthrust on it when completely immersed in water is less than the weight in air. The specific gravity is greater. Its specific gravity is greater than that of water. Its specific gravity is also that of the water. There's no option correct here. Right. Upthrust on floating object is okay. Upthrust on floating object equals their weight. Upthrust on floating object equals their weight. Next, a body floats on a liquid if its relative density is less than the density of the fluid. You get? So none of those answers are correct. That's number 7, none. Number 8, a hydrometer is an instrument for measuring. They repeat this question a lot, please. So pay keen attention to this number 8. A hydrometer is an instrument used to record or for measuring relative density. There's something called hygrometer. We'll touch that one. This one, a hydrometer. It is a measure relative density of a liquid. Option B. Relative density of a liquid. 9 has to do calculation. 10. A piece of wood is floating on water. The forces acting on the wood are 10. You have forces acting on the wood. Let me see. Weight and upthrust. Option C. 11 has to do with calculation, demonstrative video. 12 calculation. 13 calculation. 14. 15. A heavy object is suspended from a string and lowered into water so that it's completely submerged. The object appears lighter because 15 actually because of upthrust. But let's see. It experiences an upthrust. 15 is option C. 16 calculation. 18 20 21 22 23 24 has to do with calculation. 24 has to do with a bit of calculation. 24 25. A piece of wood floats inside water at room temperature with a fraction of it above the liquid surface. As the temperature of the water is raised, the part of the wood above the density of liquid what will happen to it is that it will decrease because the density of water decreases with temperature. Note, the density of water will decrease with temperature. Density of water decreases with temperature. So we've got that cleared. 26, 25, 28, 30. When a ship sails from salt water into fresh water, the fraction of its volume above the water surface will. What will happen to the fraction of its volume above the water surface? It will decrease. That is option C. 31, 33, 35, calculation, 36, 38. A uniform solid cube, okay. That's also a calculation. 39, 40, 41. Alright, 42. The accurate measurement of the relative density of a substance in its powdered form is done with a beam balance and density bottle, option D. They repeated the same question word for word. We've touched similar question before, but that one, they didn't write it completely, density bottle, or it's density bottle. Next, a hydrometer is an instrument, hydrometer, used to measure relative density. Hydrometer measures relative density, option B. The next one, we have 49, 50, okay, let's say 51. A piece of cork floats in water because a piece of cork would float in water because the upthrust on it when completely immersed in water is greater than the weight in air. The surface of the water acts like a option B is surface tension. We've touched that. The upthrust on it when completely immersed in water is equal to the weight. There is no upthrust on it when completely immersed. It's equal to the weight. 51 is C. When the upthrust is now equals to its weight. 50, 52, 53. That's the last question, 53, and it has to do with calculation. If you got into this part, well done. If you notice now, the physics, most of them would have much more of calculation and less of theory, so it's fast for you to complete them. If you're able to jot 1 or 2 points down, I also want you to screenshot and forward it to us on WhatsApp, and also be notified that we run a daily class. If you'd like to be part of the class or you'd like to enroll, I'm going to leave the link to the class in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.